All right, it's time to do another haul. Here we are. Gonna throw some new comics up right away. Usually don't show those too often because everybody is showing new comics, but I really liked this cover. It's just reprints of Thanos. I forget what issue numbers, but I like the cover. There is a Virgin cover, which is a lot harder to find. And this comic is actually $7.99, so just be aware that this is reprints. But just a real stunning cover. And I forget who does this. I seen it in Jim Comics. And when I saw it there at the shop, I said, you know what, let me get it. I rarely buy Marvels anymore, new stuff, so. And I haven't even read Thanos. So I thought I'd check it out. So, what have you guys been up to lately? Now, I've seen this in numerous Instagram posts and videos. They must have printed a couple 10, 20,000 of this. I mean, my LCS has like 30 of them there sitting. So they saturated the market with this variant cover. But it's a beautiful art germ. I'm assuming that's Gwen Stacy. I haven't been following Spider-Man. I picked up issue 1 of the new run, and it was not good at all. And I've heard a lot of negative stuff about the series. That the new Hunt storyline is probably the best thing that's happened to it in a while. Been buying this series here, and for me personally, DC, in my opinion, has been killing it. Their comics have been way better than anything Marvel puts out. Of course, Immortal Hulk and Venom run is really good. But other than that, Marvel's not really putting anything out that's really that good. I passed on that War of the Realms. It just seemed to be more of an advertisement than anything for their books. The Grim Knight, wow, it was really good. I loved Grim Knight number 1. And I read issue number 3 a couple weeks ago. I was really impressed with the writing. This storyline is really, really good. I recommend this if you're not picking it up. And of course, Jock does the art, so the art is just tremendous. That number 3 was really good. I have not read 4. Been following this series, and I have to say, I enjoy it. It is kind of fun. The writing's really not that good, and the art is really not that good. But it is fun. So I don't know. I bought number 10. It's waiting at my LCS, so I bought the whole run. Was not terribly impressed with it, but I did find it to be enjoyable. Again, of course, it's modern comics, so it's really too short. These modern comics, by the time you get into a good story, the book's over. And that's what I really don't like about buying modern comics nowadays. But, yeah, it wasn't too bad of a run. Immortal Hulk, I've been reading, and I picked up a lot of the 4th printings, and I'm not going to show them here because I put them all away already. I reshot this video. I shot this video once, and then I got some more books in, so I decided to go ahead and reshoot it again. Immortal Hulk is really good. The writing is top-notch. The only thing is, like I said, once you get into the story and you feel like, wow, you're getting into it, the story's over. Because it's just, there's not enough pages in the comics nowadays. I just picked up a little stack of 50 centers. Again, I went in, asked my LCS owner, Austin, shout out to you, always shouting him out. He's always giving me great deals, and there's tremendous deals in here that he gave me. But he said, no, nothing coming this week, and he had like a small stack behind the counter, and I said, well, what are those? So he brought them over, and I said, well, what do you want for these? He goes, these are all 50 centers. So I bought about 3/4 of them. So it was nice to get this, number 1, Damage. I'm not even sure if I have. I think I may have picked this up when it came out, but this is the only new Age of Heroes one that I picked up. But there you go. It's near mint. I got it for 50 cents. I really like the cover. So kind of looking forward to reading that. Picked up this one. Now again, these are all 50 cents, so there's some really good ones coming up. Of course, I could not find number 15. Is it 15 or 12 with the smoke? I've been looking for that one for cover, and I have not been able to find it. But I think I'm going to check a couple Second in Charles this coming week. So Silencer number 1, Romita Jr. on the art. This one, 50 cents. Daredevil 2099 number 1. Marvel MK Knights. Marvel MK Knights. This looks cool. Can't wait to read this. I know nothing about this book. But Daredevil, one of my favorites. Shout out to JLP Flash. Daredevil's his favorite also. And I can't wait till he gets his internet back. We're missing him here on YouTube. His comedy is really funny. So JLP, another Daredevil number 1 for 50 cents. The Noir, is that how you say that? Variant edition. So cool. And a couple more 50 centers. This one really super low grade, but it was a key. It was 50 cents. And I think I put it in the prize box. First cameo, Apocalypse, X Factor number 5. June 1986, I want to say. I already have this book. Do not have number 6 because I have never wanted to pay the higher price for it. Now, number 6, that price has been slowly coming down over the last few years, so eventually I'll probably pick it up. Yeah, this has a lot of dirt wear on the cover. But hey, 50 cents, key book. I'm not leaving it behind. I'm sure someone will enjoy it. New Gods, number 12. I already own this. This will be going in the prize box. Now, if you're the first time watching any of my recent videos, you saw I did a 50 key comic book prize giveaway a while back. So I'm doing another one. Now, that last one had 50 keys because they were mostly modern stuff, so I could fit 50 comics in the box. Let me grab the box and show you. You fill this up and it's $15 one price to ship. But the only thing is, with the Bronze Age and Silver Age books, because of the newsprint, the paper is a lot more porous and takes up more space. So I'm not going to be able to fit 50 books in that box. Maybe, I'm hoping at least 45. So this is Don Newton interior art, and he is one of my favorite artists. So glad to get another one of these, and I'll probably read it again. Now this is an Al Milgrom cover, and you can see that he tried to mimic Jack Kirby, because you know that Jack Kirby created the New Gods. But cool thing is, I got to kind of have a little conversation with Al Milgrom the other day, last week on Facebook. I was telling him about how I have Avengers annual number 10 sitting on my wall, and I look at it every day and what a beautiful cover it is. And he was very appreciative, but he told me, he said he didn't even know he was going to be doing the cover because Michael Golden was supposed to do it, and they sent him the email or the memo or whatever it was at the time saying that he needed to do the cover because that Michael Golden didn't have enough time to get the cover done for deadline. So he would have said, what a great book it would, how much better the book would have been if Michael Golden got to do the cover also. So he's a very humble guy. So shout out to you. I don't know if you watch YouTube videos, Al Milgrom, but yeah, it was a little bit of an enjoyable conversation, and you're such a humble man. It's great to have creators like yourself. Another 50 center. This one I already have two. It's got Nebulon on the cover. This is from 1976, August. Salvacemo cover and interior art. And that's going to go in the prize box too. And that is a very beautiful cover. So that's Defenders number 38. So that and the New Gods will be going there. And it's probably going to be another couple weeks before I announce the contest. And this may be going in there too, even though this is a modern book. So these were still 50 cents. This is Cable 102. It's almost near the end of the run, so this is a low print run in the series. This is like 6 issues away from the last issue, and I already have this, so. But for 50 cents, I'll definitely pick them up. Books like this make wonderful prizes. And here we go. Another 50 cent Wolverine. I just thought it was a really cool cover. Is that Logan? Yeah, I guess it is. He got a shave and a haircut. Now it says this is on sale twice a month now. 30th anniversary edition, number 59, August 1989. I forgot to label this one. But isn't that a cool cover? It has initials. I just don't know who does it. Love picking up these 50 centers. Another one. I thought I had this, but I looked it up before I bought it. I did not. Fist of Khonshu, Moon Knight number 2. The interior art in here is so good. And I looked up the artist's name. Do not remember because I don't know who he was. I never heard of him before. But look at the art on the cover, and the whole interior art is just like this, with immense detail, and the styling is really good. Moon Knight, another one of my favorite characters. Captain America, Daredevil, Batman, all those that don't have superpowers. This was also in there. Date with Debbie number 2. Do not know anything about it. Just a cool Silver Age book. Really nice condition for 50 cents. And you know, in Silver Age, 50 cents, it doesn't matter what company does the book. You're going to buy it. And this is from 1969, April. And then this is the last of the 50 centers. And this was the prize book right here. Holy smokes. 80-page giant Flash number 9, 1964. This is a reprint of the first meeting of modern Silver Age Flash with Golden Age Flash. So Barry Allen. And now I'm going to forget, Jay Garrick. And then you see you got the Rogue of Villains at the bottom. And I think Flash has the second best Rogue of Villains next to Batman. I mean, Superman can't even compare to either one of them with his Rogue of Villains. There's just such a diverse, different characters. Look at the Pied Piper, Dr. Alchemy, Super Gorilla Grodd, Captain Boomerang. It's beautiful stuff. Yeah, that was 50 cents, man. It's missing the back cover, but I always say it's from 1965. I always say, if it's missing the back cover, it doesn't affect the story. Okay, so I got some Golden Age in here. And, yeah, we're going to do this. Now, I'm putting out the video, so you've probably seen it already, of this book. This is a key Golden Age issue. A lot of people don't know about this. I just did a restoration video on it. I bought it for $20. They had it for $40, eBay auction. It was like 2 days away. There was no bids on it yet. I've seen this book go for over $1,000 in 5 O's. And in 4 O's, probably like $300 to $400. And this is the first cover appearance of Atomic Man. So you see right there, this is a new thrilling feature, Atomic Man. He is the first nuclear-powered superhero in comic books. And I just can't say that I'm thrilled enough to own this. I didn't think I'd be ever able to own this. I don't like to pay more than $200 for a Golden Age comic. And I do have his first appearance, which I ended up paying like $100 for, I think. So I got this for $20. I offered him $20. A lot of times I'll do that. I'll offer a really low amount. And, you know, what can they say? They can say yay or nay. And I'll tell you what, about 75% of the time they say yay. So they took the $20. They shipped it in a thick box like this, if you saw the video, because this book was really, really messed up. It had the worst spine roll of any book I've ever bought. The spine roll was probably a good ½ inch right here. And a lot of those pages look like they had been crushed, like they were opened and then something was set on top of it for a long time. So this book has a lot of issues. You can see it's missing a chunk here for the first 3 pages. The corner right there, it's got some staining up here and over here. It actually has a J stamped in it right there. Missing a little corner there. But I'm telling you, I am so happy to have this for $20. And you know, it looks really presentable. This whole area right here is very flat. No wrinkles or no nothing. I pressed it for 6 hours. Steamed it over and over. And then pressed it. I think I pressed it 3 different times. So yeah, I am excited to have this. This is Headline Comics number 17 from 1947, 46. So yeah, it's grateful to have that key. Here's another one, Green Lantern number 80 from 1970, October 70. I was looking at Justice Traps the Guilty books, so I typed that in, and this book kept popping up because it said guilty on the cover. They were wanting $15 for this on a buy it now, but they had make an offer. I offered them $7. Again, with not any intention that they're going to accept it, just, you know, why not? And they took it. And it's a really nice copy. So always happy to have a Neil Adams Green Lantern, Green Arrow issue from the early 70s, especially for $4 or $7. Wow, this was, I picked up from the LCS yesterday. They had $8 on it. They're having a half price sale in 2 weeks, but I figured, you know what, this might not even be there. Someone else might snatch it. So I grabbed it for $8. I thought, you know, it looks like a good read. And I don't have a lot of the early Submariner. This is number 18 from 1969. Yep. This was a $1 book from the Bearded Browncoat, same LCS. I passed on this book a few times, and then I thought, you know, today's the day to grab it for $1. DC Presents number 20, and of course it has a lot of reprints from Green Lantern. But you know what? I'm trying to move that there. It's a real thick book. Whoa! Disaster! Anyways, look how thick it is. So for $1, it's like I'm getting 2 to 3 comics. And Bronze Age, too. We got Red Robin here, and we got Moon Knight, SpongeBob, and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Interesting thing about this was $1 also. I was watching the Go-To Geeks, and they did their showcase on the All-Star Comics. And when they shown this one, I was like, whoa, you know, I've never seen this one in a back issue bin. I'm guessing because this is the last issue in the run, that it's probably a lower print run than the other books. But this is twice now when I watched the Go-To Geeks, and I watched their showcase on tour. And the later issues I've never seen anywhere. I mean, they're not expensive. I know that. So I was at the flea market after watching that video. I found the last two issues of Tor. So then I watched the video here on All Star Comics, and they showed the run. And I'm like, man, I've never seen that 74. I'd like to have it. And I actually looked on eBay about purchasing some, but I don't want to pay $8 to $10 for a dollar book, plus the shipping. So there it was, sitting at the LCS for $1. It actually had a sticker on it that said 25 cents, but they wouldn't sell it for 25. And really nice copy. So I'm only missing number 69, and then I think I have the complete run. No, I'm missing 58 and 69. Okay, Golden Age. Now, if you know anything about this is Daredevil Comics. And eventually we'll say Daredevil Comics and the Little Wise Guys. These are the Little Wise Guys right here. So this is a famous Golden Age run. The number 1, he's fighting Hitler. Number 2, I think he's fighting a Nazi machine. So they're really iconic, sought-after covers. And that number 1, you're going to pay a couple grand for a copy of that, even in low grade, because it's so rare and it's so iconic. So this is number 45, and this is from 1947. Yep, November 47. The only thing about this is as the run goes on, and if you know in the Golden Age after World War II and the war was over, superheroes became less popular. And so publishers were scrambling and they changed genres. And even series like this, they changed the genre in the series. So they went from crime to westerns. Crack comics became crack western. I could list a number of them. I didn't really do a lot of research. I can't think of them all right now. But anyways, so in this run, Daredevil here becomes a less prominent character, and the Wise Guys become the more main feature. And in this issue, Daredevil is pretty much regulates himself to being more like a guardian, a lawyer for the Little Wise Guys, and he does no superheroing in here at all. He just walks around in his costume and pops in and out, and at one point, like I said, he's in court and acts as the lawyer for the kids. So I think it's issue 59, even though Daredevil is still the name of the title, and I think for a few more issues he's on the cover here. He's no longer in the book, all the way up to the end of the run, which is like 103 or something like that. But anyways, and here's a really unique story. Of course, there's no comic code. So one of the Wise Guys, I forget which one, he's selling sandwiches to make money. There's a girl there that's in his class or in school. She's like 16 or 17, really good looking. So she ends up helping him, say, I'll help you, sells all the sandwiches because, she's so good looking. All the guys want to buy the sandwiches. She pretty much steals the money from him. So it starts out with her stealing money. Then she goes home and her mom's dating this guy, and her mom tells the boyfriend, come back tomorrow when I get off work. Well, he comes back to her house early the next day and starts hitting on the daughter, going up behind her, making sexual advances. And the mom comes home, so he scrambles to hide, but the mom comes in and sees his hat. Well, she starts accusing the daughter of having an affair with her boyfriend. And she literally starts beating the girl, like smacking her down, punching her in the face. And at this point, I'm like, what is going on here? She kicks her out onto the streets with no regret. This is like 16, 17-year-old girl. The girl finds a job at a diner. And while she's there, makes a date with the dishwasher. Then she has a conversation with the owner, and he assures her, you have a job, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Here, he even offers to pay her money in advance, gives her like $50. And then he starts making sexual advances at her. And she kind of rebuffs him a little bit to get out of it, saying, I've already made a date with the dishwasher and I can't go out with you. So the owner gets upset about this, and he goes, don't worry, I'll take care of the dishwasher. So at this time, I'm like, what's going on with this story? So he goes in the back. He ends up murdering the dishwasher, comes back out all bloody with the knife, grabs the girl and said, we got to go. We got to go on the run now because you're going to be wanted for murder, because if the cops ever say anything, question me, I'm going to tell them you did it. So he basically kidnaps the girl and they go to San Francisco. And at this point, I'm like, what's going on? And this is like wild stuff. So anyways, at the end, Daredevil ends up being the lawyer, and of course, they figured everything out. But yeah, it is a really violent comic book. I was like, whoa. So that's Daredevil Comics number 45. I only own 2 issues of that. I'm always looking to buy more, but they kind of can be a little bit expensive. This is number 20, Crime and Justice. I seen this on Ruger's Instagram. Me and him talk back and forth, private message we talk about comics. He showed me that he got an issue of this, so I looked it up and picked this up for $16. And this is a fine plus, and this is the last in the series. Just a cool looking crime comic from 1954. I'm testing my memory. Yep, September 54, last issue. Okay, this one, man, I was so happy to find this. These lucky issues are so rare. And they usually go for quite a bit of money. They can go for well over $100 to a couple $100. I have issue number 1, which I won on an auction for like $12 because it was missing the centerfold. So I don't know how I got it for that, but this is number 3 from 1940. I should look at these before I put them here. December 1944. Like I say, these are tough, and when you find them, they're expensive. I'm always actively checking every couple weeks to see if there are any new listings for Lucky Comics. Checked, this one was there for $35. I was like, I jumped on that immediately and got it because they must have just listed it, because this book will go quick. This book here and this, I think it's like a G+. This book is probably well over $100 book. So just happy to get that. Love these Golden Age. Someone told me who the artist was on Instagram. I forget. Okay, so these next 3 books, if you have seen my Instagram, number 122, 134, and 137. I got all 3 of these for $35. You can't see it. My LCS owner had $25 on all of these books. This one is a fine plus. These 2 are good. And yeah, so he went to a yard sale. Well, he went to a yard sale, and the guy had war stuff, magazines, and he asked him if he had comics, and the guy said, "Oh yeah," and he had a couple long boxes. So my LCS owner bought one, and he's negotiating for the others. He sold half of one box for $50. So one person got like 40 early DC war books for $50. These ones he forgot he had, and I saw him and I asked him, what would he do on them? So he had like $75 for all. He said, how about 40? And I didn't really have a lot of money. I said, well, what about 35? I should have never asked him that, because that was already a good deal, but he took it. So let's start out with number 122. Oh, yeah. So if you know anything about the history of this run, and it's Joe Kubert art in these issues, but starting with issue number 90, they created like a storyline of the war that time forgot. Robert Canaire and Ross Andrew and Mike Esposito in issue, like I said, number 90, and it became the main feature. It started as a backup, but I guess it was loved so much, became the main feature. So a lot of these storylines that they created were based off Edgar Rice Burroughs' The Land That Time Forgot, which, if you know, was soldiers and sailors from World War One got stranded in the Antarctic, and there was like dinosaurs. Like it was like a pocket, like the Savage Land in DC Comics. It was like a pocket of jungle and stuff that was hidden in the Antarctic, where there was a lot of dinosaurs still living. So that's what was influenced these beautiful books. So this is 134, and there goes Moon Knight again. And then this one was the really nice one. It's a really nice looking. It's number 137. Really good, really nice condition on this book. So it ended up being like, what, 35 times 3, what is that, 9, 10, so about 11, about 12 bucks almost, a comic. Man, that is a steal. Thank you, Austin. You are so awesome, man. Went to a small LCS in Alabama. They had an advertisement that was sent to me by Surf Blue for a short box of comics, which they were pretty decent, but they weren't worth $30, I thought. So I picked it. All they had the other was in the shop was all new stuff. Saw that one and grabbed it for cover, and also grabbed the number 1 Avengers No Road Home, a variant cover, which I've already filed away. So, and Naomi's hot. If you haven't been able to pick up issue number 4 and then 5, her powers are revealed, and I think she's revealed in costume. And then my LCS owner at a different shop, he brought a collection of early Conan's high grade, and I've been buying them one by one in the last few months. And this is number 17, beautiful cover, and this is a Frank Bruner and Gil Kane cover. I just love that cover. Frank Bruner is just like one of my favorite artists. His details is so immense. The Devil God of Baal Sagoth. I think I paid $12 for this. And look at that, it's a black cover. There is not one spine tick on that thing. I mean, this thing is high grade. He's got a few more left. I keep them hidden over there so no one else can buy them. Okay, so this one is another one I picked up at his shop for $5. And you know this one is has Cole, Monsters on the Prowl number 16. There's Cole on the cover. This is the first appearance of Thulsa Doom. I did have a copy of this already, but this is an upgrade for me. So I will throw this one. Well, I threw the other one in the prize box. So whoever wins that will have the first appearance in their collection. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, it's not bone white, but there's no defects on the cover. It's a good buy for $5, I think. And that's number 16 from April 72. Okay, last two Golden Age. I overspent on this book. Although, you know, one out of every couple, I don't know, 20, 30 eBay buys, you miss something in the picture or in the detail. I don't know why I did not see this right here. It's got torn all the way through like 4 pages or maybe even 5. Other than that, the book is beautifully, I mean, it's like a very fine. But I don't know why I didn't see that. I thought it was, you know, when you're on your phone looking, sometimes that's small. It looked like part of the picture. So I ended up paying too much for this book. $27, I think, with shipping, to me was way too much. Something like that, this book should have been like $12 with shipping. So I just wanted to I was looking at this. That trade dress looks so cool. So now I have to find me another copy of Amazing. This is by Atlas Comics. And last but not least, and I made up for it with this buy right here. Always looking for these early fight comics with Tiger Girl on the cover. I think I paid $18 for this. And look how beautiful that book is. I could stare at it. And I love the blue. The blue background really makes like the fleshy color and the oranges pop out. Fight comics, it's cool to find the ones that have the good girl covers because a lot of them have, you know, war scenes and stuff like that. So for $18 plus, I think it was $4 shipping, 22 bucks. This book is like a $50 book at least. If I was to sell it, I'd sell it for $50. That's my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really, and I know people say this, it becomes a cliche. I am trying to ratchet down on buying books right now. And it's not working out as well as I planned. I have been able to cut my new comics by like 75%, which isn't too hard because a lot of new comics nowadays are not that good. Unfortunately, the industry is in peril. It's in really bad shape. But the Golden Age books, they're definitely still there. Silver Age, Bronze, all the back issues. So, but yeah, I'm trying to catch up on paying down some of the books, the Golden Age books I bought, and it's tough. It's tough, I'll tell you. But I just want to say I appreciate the community, though, and it's hard to watch a lot of your videos out there. You guys have so much great stuff that I watch a video and I go like, oh my goodness, I want that book. I need it. I gotta have it. So it becomes the what if I could get it book. Let me look for it. Today I was actively looking at some Wiz comics. I'd like to get a couple more issues on that. So if you're like me, and you probably are, you surf eBay and you put it in your want list and then you let it sit there, and maybe later on down the road when you got some money, then you buy it. And a lot of times when you click on it, it will say sold already, and so you tell yourself, I better buy it now because someone else might get it. And that's when you end up buying too many books. Guys, thanks for hanging out, and just happy hunting out there. Be careful, and we'll see y'all next time.